What's up YouTube, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Aimé Dore collaboration with New Balance on the P550 in the white, red, and navy colorway. This is the latest collaboration between Aimé Dore and New Balance, and this pair dropped alongside a yellow and green colorway as well. So that one I believe was the ALD exclusive, whereas this one was a bit more widely available. They retailed for a price of $130 US or 175 Canadian dollars, and the style code for this one is BB550A3. So these two colorways of the 550 is a follow-up collaboration to last year's ALD collab with New Balance. And for those of you guys that don't know, the P550 is a basketball sneaker from New Balance that originated back in the late 80s. And I'm sure to many people, myself included, I've never heard of the 550 model until last year, but I can say that now I'm a pretty big fan. So as you can see, this is a very retro, late 80s looking silhouette, and most of the upper is constructed out of full grain leather. So as we take a closer look at the toe box, this is done in this asymmetrical style, and the base layer is done in this perforated finish. We have this smooth white leather covering the outer edge of the toe box, and then on the lateral side right next to this we have 550 branding. We have more panels and overlays of smooth white leather, and in the middle of the quarter panel, we have the New Balance N logo, which is done in this cracked red leather finish with this outline of navy. Moving downwards, we have this small hit of navy blue colored leather surrounding the top ankle collar area, and then the layer underneath is constructed out of mesh. We have more of that smooth white leather wrapping around the back end of the sneaker, and stamped on the center we have the New Balance logo on the right foot and the Aimé Dore logo on the left foot. And then wrapping around the bottom of the back heel, we have this heel clip, which is done in a combination of this off-white or cream color with red. Taking a look at the center area of the shoe, so right next to the toe box, we have this small hit of this off-white vintage looking mesh, and then right next to this we have the laces. So the laces that these come with is a flat white colored lace, but they also give us two extra lace options, one in this cream or off-white color, and another one in this beige or light brown finish. Underneath this we have this padded nylon tongue, and it's wrapped with this navy blue finish at the very top. And then in the center we have this tag with New Balance 550 and Aimé Dore co-branding with this graphic of this red caterpillar in the center. For the insoles, these come with a very well padded Ortholite insole. It's done in this red finish at the top, and we have custom branding on both the left foot and the right foot. But then turning the insole over to the other side, you'll see that it's actually dual layered. So sitting underneath the heel, aside from your normal foam, we have another secondary layer surrounding the back to give you that added cushioning and softness. So the upper of the 550 sits atop this solid rubber midsole, which is done in this off-white vintage looking color. We have both the New Balance logo and the New Balance word mark found on the lateral side. And then turning the shoe over to the bottom, for the outsole it's constructed out of a combination of red, beige, off-white, and navy blue colored rubber. We have the circular pivot point on the forefoot along with New Balance branding along the back heel. For those wondering how these fit, so if you guys have seen my previous review of the 550 that I made last year, for that video I said that the 550 fits true to size to me. The more I wore them, the more I broke them in. Eventually I felt like they were a little bit roomy. So for this pair, I opted to go a half size down just to compare, and I think that going a half size down might fit me a bit better. So I'd say that if you have really wide feet, this shoe might not be the best for you because it is a little bit narrow right here, but if you're a wide footer and you are looking to pick this up, I recommend sticking true to size. However, if you have narrow, normal, or slightly wide feet, I feel like half size down might be the better way to go. This is kind of an interesting fitting sneaker in that the heel is a little bit loose and sloppy, whereas the toe box area of the shoe is a little bit more narrow. So for many people who went true to size, there was some heel slippage, but for some people that went half size down, they felt like it was too cramped around this toe area right here. So your mileage may vary. I find that going half size down gives me a very nice snug one-to-one fit, but I feel like going true to size also works for me as well if you tighten up the laces and deal with the heel slippage. Next up, in terms of comfort, so overall I feel like these are pretty comfortable. The majority of the comfort comes from that very well padded insole. So with that said, you feel a lot of squishiness and softness, especially in the back heel area, and it's going to feel very different on feet than, for example, the 997. So for the 997, you feel much more elevated off the ground, and the heel is much sturdier and stiffer, whereas this one feels much more flat. It's a bit heavier in hand, and I'd say that the cushioning from the insole feels a bit more mushy, especially in the back. But based off of my experience from last year's release, these definitely feel more comfortable and they break in pretty well over time. So if you feel like they're very stiff straight out of the box, give it a chance, wear them around, and they'll feel better the more you wear them. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship on this pair, overall I feel like this was a really solid release. While the leather on the upper is smooth, that's not to be confused with poor quality leather. I know a lot of people equate tumbled leather with high quality, but honestly the leather used on this pair was pretty solid. And in terms of the overall craftsmanship, I felt like my pair was perfectly done. To me this was a really well built sneaker even though it's not a made in USA or made in UK New Balance, and I had no issues at all. With all that being said now, let's lace these up and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. Overall, I feel like ALD and New Balance knocked it out of the park once again. Between this one and the green and yellow pair, which is in transit, I'm waiting for that still. I gotta give the edge to the yellow and green pair, but honestly, both of the colorways are really nice, and both of them are gonna be keepers in the collection. I know if you're looking for this pair on the secondary market, the resale prices aren't too bad, so you might want to consider scooping them up now in case prices start rising over time. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about the Aimé Dore New Balance 550 in this red, navy, and white colorway. Did you guys manage to scoop up either this one or the green and yellow pair? And between the two, which of the two do you guys prefer? If you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a follow on Instagram at esco8, check out my Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.